Hello everyone and welcome to this edition to Weekend Roundup. I am your host Bopper BOP. Either one, it doesn't matter to me, and I'm here to bring you the latest in light heavyweight and cruiserweight boxing. Starting off, we have two fights that I haven't been able to see yet, but I didn't want to wait 2 days and then just not find them ever on the internet, like the Givor Mikelian fight, and then just give you... So I'm just going to basically give you the decisions and what I thought of them. And basically I called them. You know, I'm not going to be, I was right or anything. No, but I basically called them. And starting off with David Light and Mose Auimatagi for David Light's WBO Oriental Cruiserweight title. Light won by unanimous decision. I knew he would. David Light is not a knockout artist. If the knockout is there, he will go for it. If it's not, it's not. So this fight just fit the MO of that, a typical David Light fight. And Mose Auimatagi was a game fighter. But overall, this was Light and Mose, if you want to say it, just knocking the rust off. And hopefully, David Light will start off hot and heavy in 2021, have 2 good step-up fights, take off the third of the year, and then we will get the João Batalha versus David Light fight. By then, hopefully, David Light will be on Ja's level. I mean, just the way Ja has been growing, it's been great just seeing the way he moves. And I do want to see Ja versus Light. It'll be a good undefeated fight and a good domestic fight. So, you know, again, win, or rivalry fight if you want to go there. Hopefully, you can build a rivalry out of that. I know Ja will. Ja will talk shit on anybody. So just put David Light in front of him. The next fight is Kevin Lerena versus Patrick Ferguson. Now, this was a heavyweight fight. I don't cover heavyweights, but Kevin Lerena is a top cruiserweight and the IBO cruiserweight champion. Hopefully, he'll get back down to the cruiserweight level and not fight at bridgerweight or heavyweight. Come on, Kevin, don't give in to the WBC bullshit. Please don't give in to the WBC bullshit. Now, I did think that Kevin Lerena was going to win by TKO. I don't even know if I said the 5th round. I may have said the 7th round, but it came by 5th round TKO. And again, this was Lerena wanting to show off. Ferguson was there for the taking. Everything pointed to a TKO or a knockout, which is not, I know that he has KO in the nickname, but Kevin Lerena is not known for KOs. Take a look at his fucking record and take a look at his fights. Now, what I want to see after this is him step up, and I have mentioned, and he has retweeted, my counter to making Bebut Shumenov versus Riyad Miri. Again, you think Bebut Shumenov is going to come off the couch to get an ass whooping for Riyad Miri? From Riyad Miri? Do you think that's going to happen? No, you get 2 game fighters in there in Riyad Miri versus Kevin Lerena, which would make for a much better fight. It would be a boxer and a puncher. Let's do this, you know? I mean, Riyad Miri would be coming, Kevin Lerena would be slipping the counter and hitting. It just would make for a better fight. It would be for the vacant WBA regular title, which would lead to a match with Feroz Arslan Gulamirian. You would either get the rematch with Riyad Miri versus Gulamirian, or you would get a really good matchup between Kevin Lerena and Arslan Gulamirian. Inside fighter versus boxer, yet again. And the boxer sometimes likes to fancy himself a KO artist, so he'll get in there and mix it up. Just those 2 fights with Riyad Miri and no Bebut Shumenov and Arslan Gulamirian for Kevin Lerena, those 2 fights interest me the most, and I do hope he goes down that path. Now, on to the other fights that I've actually seen. All right, on Friday, we had Zurdo Ramirez returning to the ring, taking on Alfonso Lopez for the NABF light heavyweight title. Let's get into the breakdown, shall we? In round 1, it was a feeling out process. And in round 2, Zurdo dropped Lopez, which was a flash knockdown, but Zurdo was showing his class. Now, from rounds 3 to 7, it was Zurdo jumping up from world class and then going back down to Alfonso Lopez's class. He would just, switch gears. You didn't know what Zurdo was going to do next, if he was going to allow Alfonso Lopez to get on the inside and hit shots that if Artur Beterbiev hit and connected with those shots, then Zurdo Ramirez would have problems. So I think it was Zurdo not really respecting Alfonso Lopez's power, as well as banging off the rust. this is his get back fight and his second fight in the light heavyweight division. And Alfonso Lopez is no bitch. He was a game fighter, but I mean, at 38, what are you going to do against a 40-0 hot prospect in the light heavyweight division? I know he's a champion in super middleweight, yada, yada, yada. But with 40 fights in, no losses, all this good stuff, what could Alfonso Lopez really do? He did what he did, and in the 9th round, Zurdo was just setting him up for the knockout, which eventually came in the 10th, but it was a TKO. After Zurdo hit him with a right hook, I believe it was, he just went down. Alfonso Lopez, his knees gave out, and he was smiling on the way down. So it was really just Zurdo turning it up when he felt like it, and then maybe knocking off the rust was the rest. But he didn't really have that much respect for Alfonso Lopez's power or his technique. He was moving around when he wanted to. He wasn't when he wasn't. But if he thinks he's going to do this stuff, like he was talking about having a world title fight the next fight after this. No. Bivol and Beterbiev are two totally different beasts. He needs a way better tune-up fight, and I believe Matt Stryker was on commentary, the former wrestler, saying that, well, Joe Johnson would be a great step up for him, and if we could just get that fight, then maybe he could take on Beterbiev. I don't know if Matt Stryker is, I would assume he was hired to maybe cover a little boxing. He was commenting on this fight, but Joe Smith, I don't know if I called him Joe Johnson, but Joe Smith Jr., he has a world title fight. So why the fuck would he fight Gilberto Ramirez? Answer me that, Stryker. Horrible commentary, no surprise. Of course, right? Am I right? All that stuff. But anyways, again, Zurdo was just knocking off the rust. He looked okay when he wanted to look okay, and he looked like shit when he looked like shit. Again, he was just letting Alfonso Lopez in sometimes, and if you let an inside fighter, an inside killer like Beterbiev inside, he's going to do a lot of damage. He's a lot better than people think. Beterbiev isn't just some brawler. He's a smart, technical inside fighter, and Zurdo does need some more time in the light heavyweight division, it seems, before that world title fight. But good TKO win. It's the first stoppage that Alfonso Lopez had. And yeah, good overall by Zurdo. We'll see where he goes next. And finally, we have Ilunga Makabu defending his WBC Cruiserweight title against Olanrewaju Durodola. Let's get into the breakdown. Round 1 was horrible. They just flicked jabs at each other and then tried to get at each other's midsections with lazy straights. That was it. Round 2, both looked rusty, a little bit more the same, but then at the end you could tell both were trying to come on. In round 3, both were landing clubbing, lazy blows, and Ilunga Makabu was getting hit with sloppier shots than I'm used to seeing him get hit with, so hopefully he can clean up his act, or else, somebody like Arsene Golemirian, who I'll mention later, is going to take him out easy. Now, round 4 was a good round, and Mac was starting to come on. You could really see he was landing his right hook whenever he wanted it, but he was also looking for an uppercut. Now, round 5, Makabu was getting really comfortable, and you could tell that he was getting a little overconfident and getting hit with, again, sloppy shots from Durodola, but it didn't seem to be affecting him too much. One got in that, I guess Durodola didn't capitalize, but I saw Makabu go a little wobbly. But that was on Durodola for not capitalizing. Round 6, Makabu was just looking for the knockout. He was just going after him, and Durodola was trying to see, I'm still okay. I'm still hopping around as best he could, but with a busted up face. And Makabu wasn't having any of that, but he escaped the round. Now, round 7 was good exchanges by both of them, but Mac ended up catching him with a straight and then rounded it up with another straight left, dropping Durodola. The referee counted to 8, and when Durodola walked towards the referee counted it off, and like I said, it would be a straight KO, although I thought it was going to be a lot messier one. Both of them were starting to, in round 4 and 5, get into the what I was hoping for the entire match, just an inside fight between two inside fighters, but the first round proved to be Makabu trying to be a little conservative, see what's what. In the second round, a little bit more the same. And then the end of the second round, they were just like, screw it, let's throw some punches. The third round was ugly. In the fourth round and fifth round, that was some good stuff. The sixth round, some good stuff. A little bit lazy, a little bit half-assed. But, I mean, you could tell both fighters were affected by the layoff. But either way, good knockout win for Makabu. The crowd rushed the ring in all excitement. He gave something to his fans and to his home country. He gave them a good show, and hopefully there's a unification in the future. I don't want to see him fighting easy fight after easy fight and then retiring a bullshit paper champion. I would love to see Ilunga Makabu, after a couple more fights, take on Arsen Feroz Golamirian. That would be inside fighter versus inside fighter. They will just go after each other. But if Makabu's going to play that, I'm a little too timid in the beginning shit, then Arsen's just going to eat you up and knock you out. But if the Mac shows up for the Gulamirian fight, then it will be two inside bulls just bucking it, and it would be a sight to see and great for cruiserweight boxing. But that's all for this edition for Weekend Roundup. I hope you enjoyed. Take it easy, everybody. Have a good one. Have many good ones. Have all the good ones that you can handle and more. Later.